Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today at our Your Overseas Home virtual event. My name is Abby Young, and I will be your host for this session, where we'll be chatting to Bambos Michael from Cyprus Emerald. Thanks for being with us this morning, Bambos. Before we start, can you please introduce yourself and Cyprus Emerald?
Unlike Abby, my backdrop is actually that jealous of me. Was I'm one of the senior members at Emerald Property Consultants. Oh, you still got me. Said my internet connection. Are you doing all right?
I
And
can still hear
basically,
you,
what
yes.
Emerald Properties does, Emerald Properties will not just it's not just a real estate agent or a estate agent. We help our clients with the whole process of buying either a holiday home, relocating to Cyprus, or retiring to Cyprus. So we're here to help you through the whole process. We don't just start and then leave you to it. We'll help you through the whole thing. So we're here to hold your hand and help you through the moving process as well.
Perfect. So today we're actually discussing a specific area in Cyprus. We'll be covering Larnaca and the reasons why, you're so passionate about people looking at Larnaca. Can you kind of give us an introduction? What is it like in Larnaca? What's the lifestyle like over there?
Well, Larnaca is the third largest town in Cyprus. It's basically always been thought of more as a town, even though we've got some of the best beaches on the island. But recent developments and changes to the way Larnaca is set up and the investment that's gone into Larnaca has made it a really, really attractive holiday destination for holiday homes, but it's also kept it being a really, really nice place for people to move to live. So it's a great place to set up either for your family. It's a population of about 150,000 people in general, and we have fantastic locations like the Finigal. There's beach, which is all palm trees, all down the seafront, so it's really, really beautiful. We've got Mackenzie, which is a little bit more livelier, but also a little bit more upmarket as well. So you get some really nice day bars in the summer, so you can enjoy your prosecco on the beach. It's really, really nice. St. Lazarus Church, one of the oldest churches in the Mediterranean. We've got things like the Gamares viaduct, which you can see in this picture. That was built in the 1750s. So we've got a lot of history in Cyprus as well and in Larnaca. So it's a great place to live. Also great accessibility because the airport is in Larnaca. The good thing about the airport of Larnaca is it sits near the ocean, so it really doesn't affect so much the town because you hardly realise it's an airport. I know a lot of people think of Larnaca as the airport destination, but you don't really most of them now. So loads of connections.
Perfect. I'm sure that's already, as an introduction, kind of sparked people's interest. If anyone does have any questions specifically for Bambos about Larnaca, please do pop them in the Q&A section. Um, Hopefully he'll be able to give you lots of information about it. I know, Bambos, we'd also discussed there's some really beautiful things in Larnaca, for instance, the port and the marina. Can you give us some more information about those and how those have changed in recent years?
Yeah, definitely. Look, the advantages of living in Larnaca, for example, is why you might say, why do I want to live in Larnaca? So there's a couple of bits, and that's why we can explain that onto that. For a start, it's very popular for families because we've got some of the best schooling on the island. Will run a British and actually a British curriculum. Even the American Academy, which is the oldest non-Cypriot school in Cyprus, runs, I know it's American, but it's actually a British curriculum that it runs. So it's really, really a lot of people from around Europe specifically will come to Cyprus for that. And we've also got the UCLan University, University of Lancashire here. And a lot of people study because it helps the qualifications are acceptable in the UK and in Europe as well. So it's really, really good for that. But on top of that, it's a great place for a holiday home, and it's a very good place for investment. The Larnaca and the port that you're talking about, Abby, is that we've got a new marina project that's started. It's a 1.2 billion project that's going to reinvigorate the marina and the port area of Larnaca. This will infrastructure. It's going to be an absolute amazing. Everything's online, so people can research it if they want, and also will enhance the port. Currently, you'll find that all the cruise ships go into Limassol. Well, that's going to change, and they're going to start coming into Larnaca as well, because it makes the accessibility is easier. So that brings more people into Larnaca, more tourism, more opportunity. And it's a really, really great place for all aspects of living on the island, because it gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you a town, it gives you beaches, and it gives you also the real holiday vibe as well. So that's why it's good. And the new marina and port is something that's going to really bring up the area, and it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be one of the best places to visit in Cyprus.
Sounds amazing, Bambos. I know that lots of people who, are looking to buy over in Cyprus also will have lots of questions about working over there. What is it like to work in Larnaca?
Look, the downside a little bit for us Brits is that due to Brexit, technically speaking, British people can't work in Cyprus. However, we welcome all retirees because we've got a great infrastructure and various residency plans that we at Emerald can help you with. So if you want to live over here and spend time over here as a retiree. But on top of that, there is a visa exceptions. For example, if your job is unique, it's a unique skill that the island wants, you can apply for a specialist visa. Teachers, for example, doctors, nurses, things like that might be able to get these specialist visas to be able to come and work in Cyprus. We've also got the digital nomad, so there is ways to set up companies that within the island, so we allow you to have your own. We welcome anybody who wants to start for startups. This is something obviously we can go into more detail off this platform, because it would take a lot more to explain, but there is loads of opportunities. And before you say yes or no to anything, let us answer any questions you have, maybe off this platform, because you'll find there may be a solution for you to be able to come and not only live but work in Cyprus as well. So although technically speaking, since Brexit, you can't just turn up and work like we used to be able to do. Having said that, there are loads of exceptions, and especially for people that want to retire in Cyprus. And you've got the benefits in Cyprus, because Cyprus drives on the correct side of the road. So our steering wheels are on the right side. All the road signs in Cyprus are in English, so it's really, really easy to get around. Because it used to be British colony, you do find most people, in fact, almost everybody speaks English to a very good standard. And you can get your OXO cubes from the local supermarkets as well. So there's loads of British produce. It's British enough to keep us, but not too British that you don't get the benefits of living in a warm climate. But as it says, it's 22 degrees out there at the moment, and absolutely lovely. So you get the benefits of year-round sun as well. So these are the benefits of that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like there's only good reasons to move over to Cyprus, especially like you said, being able to drive on the right side of the road is definitely a win for everybody. Um, I know that you've mentioned there are some really big changes coming
Yeah,
for Larnaca,
yeah.
and there's something called the Land of Tomorrow. Am I right in thinking that that's
Yeah.
something quite exciting that's coming for you?
Yeah, the land of tomorrow is really the biggest change that we're going to see on top of the marina and the port project that are happening at the moment. The Larnaca project was a 12-year project which has already started. We're well into it at the moment. We're 3-4 years into it, and they've already started the infrastructure changes, pathways, walkways, fixing roads, fixing drainage to allow for the absolute boom that's happening in Larnaca at the moment with house sales and apartment sales. It really is, it's an amazing place to work in this industry at the moment, because there's just so much growth. There's so many things that are happening. Now, the land of tomorrow is going to be based on land that we used to house the gas and petrol supply for the island. Now, that was stopped about 8 to 10 years ago, but the infrastructure was until recently still in place. So there was big gas canisters and petroleum stuff. So it was a bit of an eyesore, but it was on premium beachfront land. That's now all being taken away. I think there is a YouTube video online where it actually shows it all being taken down. It's pretty amazing how they flattened the whole area. It's crazy, but now that has exposed loads of beautiful seafront land. So companies have bought this now. The architect involved is the Foster Group, which is based in the UK. And the plan is to redevelop, and this plan has been the go ahead and has started the infrastructure side of things, to redevelop that area into what we call the land of tomorrow. And that's going to have amazing restaurants, bars, cafes, boutiques. So you're going to have that real coffee culture. You're going to have a real nice restaurant feel, loads of things to do in the evenings, and all within a walking distance of central Larnaca, and also now some of the villagey areas, which are slightly on the cusp of central Larnaca. So Livadia, Reclini, Pila, these are areas that a lot of people that know Larnaca will know quite well. And those areas now becoming really, really popular, because you're talking about potentially a 5-minute walk to the beach. So what's going to be happening is that they are designing a new walkway. So you'll literally be able to walk from the top end of Larnaca, so the Mackenzie area, where you've got all that amazing seafront already, really, really big beaches. You'll be able to walk through that into the Finigules. Now, the Finigules and the Mackenzie beaches are really, really nice and very family friendly, because the water in Larnaca is very shallow. So you have to walk quite a distance before you get to deep water. So it's very family friendly areas. And then you'll be able to walk into the new area, which will be the land of tomorrow area. Again, we're getting a lot of work currently where they're putting breakers on in the water to make the better beaches, reclaim some of the land. I don't know how they do it. It must be magic. The water goes right up, and then the next year it goes further out. So I'm not an engineer, so I can't explain it. But they're reclaiming a lot of the beach. So we have that really nice sandy beaches now exposed. So the lifestyle is going to be fantastic. And as I said, it's reputable companies that are doing it. It's all sound. So the amount of opportunities for investing in Cyprus and investing in Larnaca is going to be phenomenal, because we've seen increase in property price, we've seen increase in rentals, because obviously people are going to come and work there, people are going to come and visit more. So the whole area has really seen an uplift, and has really made Larnaca a really sought after place, and is really is bringing a lot of people in. A lot of people think, as I said before, Larnaca is the airport. It's a lot more than that, and it will be a lot more than that going forward, because the lifestyle that is coming with the land of tomorrow. Now, if you see on this slide, this basically shows what the new seafront is going to look like. And you've got hotel developments, you've got apartments. Now, in town, the council of Larnaca, sorry, have learnt from the problems of Limassol, for example, where there was a lot of high-rise properties. That will not happen in Larnaca. The maximum height of apartments as you go inland is 3 floors. So you'll never be surrounded, you'll never be cranked out where all of a sudden a top 12 floor, 40 floor, 20 floor apartment block gets put in front of your view. Not going to happen. There will not be any licenses, partly because of the pool, so they're restricting heights of buildings, but also they want to keep that feel, that bit more space that gives you. So it will never be crowded, won't be overpopulated. There's still a lot of agricultural land in Larnaca, which will stay because every development has to have an element of green area to it. So you always will be surrounded by some form of greenery, grass. Quite a lot of places put kiddies playgrounds in there as well. So it's really good way they're setting things up. So they've planned ahead correctly. We've got apartment blocks for studios on a lovely apartment block in central Larnaca. We've got nice apartment blocks with swimming pools that will have. We've got one particular beautiful project that we're doing at the moment that's in the Pila area, which is a little bit just on the outskirts of where the Land of Tomorrow is. So it's really good position to be able to visit there, but be a little bit outside if you didn't want to be completely on top. That's going to have its own swimming pools. It's going to have clubhouses, and you've got that option as well. And also you've got the villas of different sizes, from small to the grand. We can help people from a 100,000, 120,000 apartments all the way to many millions for penthouse apartments on a tall block, all the way to amazing villas. So it fits every budget with Larnaca, which is really good.
Yeah, it sounds like it's perfect for anybody who's looking to move over there. I'm starting to think that it sounds like somewhere I'd quite like to be. Um, could you kind of give us a little bit of insight into the different areas, and I suppose the things that, people can enjoy whilst they're out in Larnaca, and some of the lifestyle that they'll be getting, especially once the Land of Tomorrow is completed?
But the advantage of Larnaca is at the moment is because it's quite a sprawling Larnaca. People think it's a central area, but it does it's like any normal area, like even like London, for example. You start with central London and it expands out. Larnaca is pretty similar, and you've got, because it's a town and it's been a town for so long, you've got a brand new mall, for example, that's recently opened. It's got everything in it, loads of shopping, food courts, coffee places that you can go and visit, spend the day there. You've got very easy access to the highways that can take you to Nicosia, for example. You can visit the IKEA that's on the island, so you can buy your furniture and stuff. So you've got really good access. Again, Larnaca is very good for that because Nicosia is 35 minutes away, Limassol's 35 minutes away, and Protaras area is 35 minutes away. So you're in a really good location to be able to get to other parts of the island if you want to visit. So if you can get, if you do work in other parts and you can get a visa to work, Larnaca is a good base to be. Go on.
Perfect. Yeah, we have a question here actually, asking, you mentioned obviously this is a kind of a 12-year project, I think you said.
Yeah, yeah,
And you mentioned we're kind of in the early few years. For
yeah.
people who are looking to move out to Larnaca now, are the properties that you're kind of discussing, are they in the building process, or are some of them completed already?
There is completed properties, although it's everything's selling fast. So the availability of stuff that's completed is very difficult. Uh, if without getting into the big details of it, the best way to buy in Larnaca and around the island, just to say that Emerald also, if some people don't just want Larnaca, want other parts of the island, we do service the whole of the island. But the thing that Larnaca stands out is there's so much new stuff that's going around. So the best way to buy is off plan because you get the best prices. Not only do you get the best prices, because all the developers or the good developers that we deal with, they will always have a plan. So they will always have a plan. So if you want to buy, you know, if you want to buy a 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom, 6 bedroom, 7 bedroom, 8 bedroom, 9 bedroom, 10 bedroom, 11 bedroom, 12 bedroom, 13 bedroom, 14 bedroom, 15 bedroom, 16 bedroom, 17 bedroom, 18 bedroom, 19 bedroom, 20 bedroom, 21 bedroom, 22 bedroom, 23 bedroom, 24 bedroom, 25 bedroom, 26 bedroom, 27 bedroom, 28 bedroom, 29 bedroom, 30 bedroom, 31 bedroom, 32 bedroom, 33 bedroom, 34 bedroom, 35 bedroom, 36 bedroom, 37 bedroom, 38 bedroom, 39 bedroom, 40 bedroom, 41 bedroom, 42 bedroom, 43 bedroom, 44 bedroom, 45 bedroom, 46 bedroom, 47 bedroom are all self-financed. So they the Spanish system is pretty similar as well. So people that are knowledgeable of that, where they will offer a development at a cheaper price. The minute they start digging and starting, the prices will then rise up, and your payment plan will be the length of the project. You don't have to pay everything up front. There is staggered payments. Again, we can go into that in more detail, what you need to do. So you don't have to, all your money doesn't have to come up front. The land registry system in Cyprus is, because it was set up by the British, is based on the British system, as well as our conveyancing system, because it was set up by the British. So it's very easy for the Brits to understand. And as I said, that allows you to then, if you're buying off plan, you can basically, if it's apartment or a villa, you get to pick your own tiles, your own bathrooms, your own kitchens. So it's basically a way of building your own property without actually going through the hassle of having to get licenses and go through the finding a builder, finding this. It's all done for you, and all the good developers have design departments, so you'll go around with you, will show you what you can have, and loads of options and upgrade to get things, but very rarely happens because the quality of product that they give it is very good, and you can do that through us. We work, as I said, we work with absolutely everybody, and we can help you, direct you to the best place and the best people to give you what you want. Some people do better homes, some people do better apartments. We've got access to everybody and can guide you through. As a buyer, we're just here to offer a service to you, and then we'll take it from there. So hopefully that clarifies that for the
Yeah,
person.
perfect. Actually, a quick question. With regards to everything you mentioned about working in Larnaca, what happens for people who perhaps want to purchase a property, maybe have it as a holiday home, but also perhaps rent it out during the year? Can you give us some insight on how you can do that, especially since Larnaca sounds like a fabulous tourist destination?
Yeah, look, you can do that. There is plenty of Brits that will buy holiday homes and then do Airbnbs. There is a bit more of a structure to it. It is easily done, but it's something that we would work with you, because obviously there is some um, um, tax implications if you do that. But it's all, you can claim everything back, the majority of it back anyway. But it's something to get into more detail. So yes, you can do it. Yes, it's very easy to do it. We can help you with that. You'll make good income. A lot of developers will give you guaranteed rents now. So if you did want to purchase something on a pure investment, a lot of developers will give you a guarantee. So even if they don't have a tenant in there, you're going to get your money at the end of the month. And there's other companies here that will just do holiday lets, which is something that we can help you with. And then you can basically keep it available for when you and your family want it. And then the other months you can Airbnb or do holiday rents and lets, however you want. So yes, everything's available. It's very easy, and Emerald can help you with that.
Perfect. That sounds brilliant. I'm not sure if you can go too much into detail with this, but I know there's a lots of information on the Land of Tomorrow about it, especially kind of being very sustainable. I know you've
Hmm.
mentioned kind of the green aspects of the land and making sure that everywhere is, maintaining a lot of green space. Can you
Yeah.
explain a little bit more about the ways that, the Land of Tomorrow and the development there is going to incorporate a sustainable aspect?
Yeah, look, the end of the day, guys, the best thing I can say is, I don't know if there's going to be links, or there's all the way we can get links to the website. You search the Larnaca Land of Tomorrow, you'll see that. And you'll see from on that they are planning a lot of sustainability. It happens with all projects in Cyprus anyway, that there has to be green areas. There's a lot of land in Cyprus which will stay agricultural, that they won't be able to build on. You can't build right on the seafront anymore. Obviously, it was happened before. That's fair enough, but they won't now, because it's a little bit more difficult to build right on seafronts, because they want to preserve certain areas. So there is a lot of sustainability that's going into um, to any project in Cyprus at the moment. It's really is a top focus on the islands. We've got a project at the moment that we're getting ready to launch, which is a green project, which basically will use elements that we have plenty of, which is the sun to power. We will have sustainable pools that will not use chemicals. So there's loads of different aspects to Cyprus in general, Larnaca, and the land of tomorrow, where they want to incorporate all of this. The specifics are probably a bit too much to go into now, but they are all online for people to have a look, and it's important to people nowadays. And to be honest with you, Cyprus is one of the top countries for things like that. That we are looking to make sure things are sustainable.
Perfect. And if anyone does have any questions or wants some more information with regards to Larnaca or any other areas in Cyprus and the different properties you have available there, you're available on your booth for most of the day today, aren't you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So if someone has
Well,
questions, I'm sure everyone wants to send the questions up. They'll be passed on to us, and then
exactly. Yes, definitely. Well, I think that's pretty much all that we really have time for today. So thank you so much, Bambos, for all of your insightful information. I will definitely be taking a look more into Larnaca now, and hopefully we'll see more people realizing there's more areas in Cyprus than just kind of the obvious. I know Pathos is usually the most popular, so hopefully this will be a really great insight for people to know that there's more out there. Um, we really strongly recommend that you do get in touch with Cyprus Emerald. You can find all of their information on their booth in the exhibition hall, and there are representatives from Cyprus Emerald available throughout the day to speak with you and answer any questions that you do have. So thank you so much again, Bambos, for sharing all of your
very well.
knowledge and joining us today. And thank you to all of our listeners for giving us some of your time this morning. We wish you the best of luck with your plans over in Cyprus. Happy property hunting, and we'll see you later on in the day. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.